Hey everyone, so this video is about Ram Madhav, the National General Secretary of the BJP, his interview on Al Jazeera that took place about 2 years ago. The interview was about the state of affairs in India after Modi government assumed office. And if you've seen the video, you would know that it was biased, it was one-sided, and there were these selected questions on a rise of intolerance in India, on the beef ban, on Kashmir, and it basically portrayed India as a Hindu supremacist fascist country, which it clearly isn't. In this video, I'll tell you why this interview was a complete sham. I'll show you clips from the actual interview and would give my comments on each one of them. So if you're interested, please keep watching.
A Hindu nationalist intellectual.
The Taj Mahal. Would you flatten it? Would you paint it orange? How do you make it Hindu?
Don't be sarcastic with me.
Who became a key player in India's ruling BJP.
The only outstanding issue is the Kashmir under Pakistan occupation.
There have been tens of thousands of killings, mass rapes. It's a complete travesty of justice there.
Mehdi Hasan goes head-to-head with Ram Madhav.
Is that what you want to see one day? India restored, undivided, Bangladesh, Pakistan gone from the map?
On Al Jazeera.
I have 4 concerns with this interview. First, it accuses the government of a climate of intolerance. When the show begins, Mehdi introduces the BJP as a hardline Hindu nationalist organization and starts the interview on the subject of award wapsi.
More than 40 leading Indian writers and novelists have returned their awards in protest of what they call a climate of intolerance. Over 100 distinguished scientists have issued a statement denouncing attacks on minorities, and over 100 religious minority groups have launched a nationwide movement to counter what they see as the BJP's onslaught on religious freedom.
Many more scientists, many more intellectuals have denounced these efforts in the name of award returning, etc., to defame the government and in turn to defame the image of India. You must remember that India is a big country. People can have their views. If you have 36 intellectuals returning their awards, 36,000 intellectuals said, no, your step is wrong. Your decision, your tactics is wrong. You can have your opinion.
So your response is to say that they're just defaming India. These are leading figures, some of the most influential, award-winning authors.
Yes, Mehdi, they're defaming India. Quite recently, a Saudi-based liberal columnist and thinker, Khalaf al-Arbi, pointed out that India is an epitome of peace and harmony, that no matter how the world speaks about tolerance, India remains the oldest and most important schools to teach tolerance and peaceful coexistence regardless of social, political and ethnical differences. So to single out India under the current ruling dispensation, that by the way was only in power for 2 years at that time, and suggest that the whole country is intolerant is a narrow-minded way to look at it. And it's astonishing to see Mehdi talk about intolerance. The channel that runs your show, Al Jazeera, is funded by the House of Qatar, one of the most brutal Islamic regimes that spreads and funds terrorism throughout the world. The second concern I have with the interview is misquoted and cherry-picked facts. Mehdi apparently misquoted facts at some points of the interview, such as while discussing the Gujarat riots, where he surged the number of Muslim deaths by about 200%.
Your Prime Minister has been criticised for not criticizing strongly enough, for being silent, taking his time to condemn the beef issue, etc. Some would say we shouldn't be surprised, given he's the same BJP politician who was Chief Minister of Gujarat after the massacres, the pogroms there of 2,000 Muslims in 2002.
Correct your numbers again.
How many?
You can't give numbers as you like.
Okay, how many people died?
The UPA government, the Congress government in the parliament gave out the figures. It is 790 Muslims, 260 Hindus.
Okay.
You cannot quote numbers as you like.
Fine. 700, I apologize.
The third concern I have is with editing. Several parts, especially ones that favored Ram Madhav's side, were simply cut out. While discussing Kashmir, for instance, Ram even spoke about the cleansing of Kashmiri Pandits from Jammu and Kashmir, but that part was not shown in the televised version. There was a question about weapons training in the RSS camps, to which he replied only sticks training was allowed in the camps earlier, but even that stopped now, to which the audience burst out to laughter. But that part was cut out too. Now this is simply deleting parts you don't want people to see. I have serious doubts over your journalistic credentials. The fourth concern I have is with your ISIS. Throughout the interview, Mehdi never missed an opportunity to grill Ram Madhav, even if it meant using the most puerile tactics to make him look bad. Have a look.
No,
Don't
worry.
Sort it out.
You worry about many more things that are happening. Your ISIS can catch hold of nuclear weapons. Worry about them.
Did you say my ISIS?
To sum it up in one line, the interview was not meant to give both sides of view. All it did was ask questions around an extremely parochial theme before an extremely parochial set of panelists and audiences. And it's so saddening that after the interview, there were people asking on social media, is India such a bad place to live in? Suddenly, a country that has historically endured differences of caste, color and creed and still rallied around a consensus was made to look like a place where pluralism is not welcome. This interview did not address any issue that India faces. Thanks.